I've been lucky enough, I say lucky now, to have only worked for small businesses, like practiced in that field for small businesses. So for people who had started their own thing and
I
then they
get
need
you. Startups.
Yeah. And in most cases, it's people who are now discovering they need marketing or they need a social media person so that's just how I've been able to like work a 9 to 5.
I get.
And you're live on Dead Radio.
Welcome to another very special episode of Dead Radio with your boy Ini. And once again, we have a very, very special guest reporting live from the Dead Store. We're going to let our guest introduce herself and then we're going to get into her life journey. And you know how we do. Extract those jewels for you guys to use in your everyday lives. So without further ado.
Hi, my name is Naledi Modupi. I am a creative. Yeah, I'm a creative.
That's a great place to start.
Yes.
That's a great place to start. How do you feel right now in this second?
I'm surprisingly not anxious. I'm usually very anxious.
About speaking.
About speaking and new people. I've never met you before.
That's true.
I don't know your hearts. I don't know what's happening, but I'm feeling very comfortable. So that's a good thing.
I love that. I think the best place for us to start, right, is obviously at page 1 of your life story. Tell me about where you grew up, what type of young girl you were. Were you an introvert? Were you an extrovert? Yeah, those early days.
I grew up in the East Rand.
East Rand.
Yeah. Are you from the East Rand?
No, I'm from Botswana.
Oh, I know that actually from the past podcast.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm from the East Rand, both Benoni and Brakpan, because my whole family is ultimately from Davidson.
Oh.
But my granny moved her family to Brakpan, her family being my mom and her siblings. And then my dad's side of the family has always been in Benoni. He moved and did his thing.
Okay.
But I always lived between the two places. And what kind of a girl was I?
Yeah. Were you outside playing? Were you shy?
I think because of the two, it's very important for me to tell you about the two places because I was two different people in two places.
Of course.
But I'm still me. I think on weekends, I'd go to Davidson, which is my granny's house, Gokas. And that's obviously like you have to play outside. You have to be friends. And
can't be inside.
Yeah, you can't. And I think I have a bit of like, I can be a bit street smart because of that.
Okay.
I need to say that because it has built me. And then as soon as the weekend's over, I go to Parkwood, which is...
Back.
Yes, which is in a very like Afrikaner-dominated area. So there's no playing outside or there's no friends.
Interesting.
So that's like most of my life. That's like I'm inside. And my granny is she was an academic of some sort. Like she just took things very seriously. So I studied a lot or I took school seriously.
Were you a nerd?
I think I was a funny one. Like I wasn't, I think so. I think I was like, I don't remember being a nerd who was, say, bullied or like a nerd who was...
You're a cool nerd.
A bit.
A hybrid.
Yes. Like I still managed to make friends who were true to me because some of them, even from primary, some of my friends are still my friends now.
Dope.
So that's great. Yeah, I did what I was meant to do. I think so. I think I was a very adaptable person. I adapted to every space very well.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Tell me about how Naledi then transitions from a young girl to a teenager. High school, those 5 years, very important.
They were. I'm very proud of my high school experience. I'm very proud of who I managed to be and how I navigated that space because it's a very sensitive space.
For sure.
How was high school? High school, I went to a smaller school, so we didn't have a lot of characters or a lot of influences, but the ones that did influence, they influenced really badly. So I did have like a few bad friends, but I'm so...
Of course. The thing is, you need those bad friends so you learn, okay, I'm not going down that path.
So I did, and I'm so grateful for them. Like, I hope she never watches this. But
Shout
one
out
of,
to her, though.
yeah, she was the coolest girl. I remember in grade 10, she would like take us to, she would like call my mom and lie about I'm having a sleepover at her house.
Jeez.
I was doing stuff that was, it wasn't me, but I got to experience so much, and I'm so grateful for that because I think I got to understand myself at an earlier age. Because even then, I was like, I don't like this thing, but we can still be friends. But when we're doing this, yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
exactly.
Get the buns that.
So I was a very aware person. Yeah, I navigated my high school experience very well. And I did what I had to do. I think I do well when I know what the task is, what the goal is. So if you're coming to school to learn, let's get that out of the way. So I learned and I passed really well. And I did sports when I have to. And now you wouldn't believe it because I hate running.
Do you?
I can't run. I hate sports. I don't want to do anything active.
That's unacceptable.
It is.
That's so
It is.
unacceptable.
I planned to start gym this month. I only did it twice, and I don't think I'll do it again. I don't think I'm ever going to do that thing.
I hear that.
I'm not an active person. But yeah, that was
you during high school.
That was me.
You sound like you had a good head on your shoulders, right? Where does that come from? Is that from home? Like, do you have very strict parents who draw the lines and they're like, yo, only walk this line? Like, where does that being level-headed, especially being a teenager? Like, obviously you got into trouble with your homie, but it sounds like generally you had a good head on your shoulders.
I think I'm a firstborn daughter. I think that says a lot. I would say my parents weren't too strict. My dad can be, or I don't know him too well now, but my experience or my memory of him was I would not want to disappoint him. So that's firstly. And then my mom is very fun, but she knows when fun ends, and when it ends, we know that it ends. But I think I also was really inspired by the people around me, the women around me specifically, being my mom, my granny. They all just cultivated a life for themselves they all did it themselves, and it looked great. It wasn't the best things. I don't have a mom who's Oprah Winfrey.
I hear that.
But she's incredible, especially when you know her story, or you know where she's from, or you know what she had to do for herself to be the woman that she is. It's you can't fail. When you have a mom like that, you cannot not make something out of yourself.
Out of your life, right? And do you have siblings? Did they, or close cousins? I'm trying to figure out how they also influenced who you are.
I do have siblings. I have a younger brother who I love with all my heart. So I think he probably made me the responsible person that I am. I feel the need to be that person for him. And we're not too far off from age. So he's always been the little brother I have to take care of. From school.
To your friend.
Yeah.
I get you.
Even for him, it's in school, we always went to the same school. And he was just 3 grades below me. So it was always I need to go find my brother, transport it. I had to practice being responsible for him.
I hear that.
My other siblings, which are my dad's kids, are older than me.
Okay.
And I think they're also just really incredible people, and I always wanted to be like them. So it's they're great models to want to be. But I don't know if they have that much of an impact
Influence on you, I get you.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
And the creative seed, right, that was planted in your mind, where does that come from?
I think from my mom, and I'm learning it now, because she went on to be in accounting, and Okay. So I never thought it was her until now, when I get to know her on a level where we're kind of equals. I'm no longer really her child, we're friends now. She's really creative. She makes things happen. Not even creative, she just knows how to make things happen. she never needs something. She can just, she knows how to,
Put it together.
Exactly.
Very valuable skill.
Very. Like even my home, I remember how it felt like being at home looked and felt so good. And now when I look back, I'm like, we didn't even have the fanciest things, but it really did look good. So I think she is a really creative person. How she dresses.
Okay.
It's also like she puts things together. She makes
shout
things
out
look
to your
really
mom.
good. So I do think it is my mom. I think even the way she carries herself, I think I also try to
move like her.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, end of high school, right? Another very important phase in anyone's life. What were you thinking in terms of career paths?
That was a very difficult time. And I still don't know if I made the right decision because I don't know if I was a smart kid. I worked really hard, so I did get good results and marks.
Yeah.
So it felt natural to take something, like to go and study law or
accounting.
Yeah, because
the linear paths.
Yes, and yeah, the idea of arts also didn't make sense. I didn't even know it was a thing because also in the East Rand, there's no one who went on to go study arts.
Of course.
And do you even make money? No.
That's
and I want to make
the
money.
number one question that all Black parents will ask.
Yeah, I even asked myself, to be honest, I wouldn't even put it on my parents. It was like, that thing so am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, of course,
okay.
Of course.
So I went on to, I really can't tell you how I made this decision. It felt like, when you're reading that paper, like,
the pamphlets.
I was like, this one seems like at least it puts everything together. So I went on to go study BCom Marketing. BCom Marketing at the University of Pretoria. Because I thought, it sounds like a creative thing, but it's BCom.
I think it's the best of both worlds, which is why a lot of Black kids actually go and study that.
So I went to go study that, and I wouldn't tell you what I learned. Like, I don't think I was really into it. I just knew, though, that you're studying this, so you need to finish this, and you need to pass. So just do what you have to do.
I get you.
And I did what I had to do, and then I finished, and I worked. I've been lucky enough, I say lucky now, to have only worked for small businesses, like practiced in that field for small businesses. So for people who had started their own thing and then they need
startups.
Yeah. And in most cases, it's people who are now discovering they need marketing or they need a social media person. So that's just how I've been able to like work a 9 to 5.
I get you.
And I've learned a lot from those people because it's like you're experiencing people try to figure things out.
Yes.
You'd be surprised how many things I know that I never thought I'd ever learn or know. But
The thing about it is that working for a startup, you learn way more than someone who goes to work for a large corporation. Because when you work for a large corporation, you stay in the department that you work in.
And you do exactly that.
And you don't understand how everything connects. But in a startup, it's like, you might be the marketing person.
But then you're running around and fetching and literally, that was literally it. And I also learned so much more. I had to learn I had to learn a lot of things.
You have no choice. Like, it is the best place to go and work. Although startups are
they are.
Because they might not be able to pay you this month, but...
And I've never had a situation like that, but it isn't nice to see, like be close to seeing that things are not looking good.
It's not looking good
but
right now.
But I need my salary.
But
it hasn't worked like that for me.
So when do you start creating art?
I started creating art my whole life, I think. I've always been a person who likes to draw. But I didn't know that it was, I don't know if I knew it was a special thing. I just know that I can draw. Similar to how in maths, I used to be good in maths. So like in maths, people would ask me to help. I can help you. In arts, people would ask me to draw for them. So it just felt like, I can do these things. So I've always known how to draw. And then in varsity, I kind of stopped, and because I made new friends, I remember the first time I decided to just make a painting. Let me just paint. My friend was so blown away because I was like, "You can paint?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that."
And you had never painted before?
I had painted in
Okay,
high school. I
okay.
took art as a subject. So I was very creative. Like I could paint or sculpt
draw.
but I never did it after high school because that was like part of the, not semester, the term.
Yeah, the term,
We had
yeah.
like different terms. This term was for drawing. This term was for painting. Then it was done. And then you get your mark, you're done. So now it's like you get to bring this into real life.
I hear
And
that.
for fun. So that was nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started just doing it randomly.
While you're working the 9 to 5?
No, while I was in varsity, while I
Okay.
was in my res, in my little,
Yeah, cubicle.
yes.
Yeah.
So I would paint and then just keep the paintings. Then I remember my older brother had like some event. They were doing like an event and they were like, you have these paintings, come bring the paintings. And that was my first big moment. It was very small, but it was a big moment. It was like, I'm about to do this thing and show people my work. And everyone was I think people were blown away. It was like, it was nice. But also we were also young. I don't know if those paintings were so good, but
I hear you.
that was probably my first experience of showcasing my work.
Showcasing your work.
And that was just before COVID.
Ooh.
And then COVID, that's when everyone was like showing off their talents. And I was like, I have this thing.
Let me double down
Yeah.
and focus on this
Yeah.
thing.
And then that's
Okay.
how it became a thing.
I think as I was doing like research on you, right, I found that the focus of your work is women, more specifically Black women, right? When does that realization come to you? When do you start realizing that I need to focus my art on this and tell these stories?
I actually like that question. No one's ever asked it like that.
No one is me.
No one is you. That's good. There was no realization that I need to focus on women. It happened naturally. I used to paint, I think initially I used to paint kids and with classes, and I think the influence was seeing Nelson Makamba.
Of course.
Exactly.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because that was the only reference being from, I moved from the East Rand to Pretoria. That's far from culture, which is Joburg. So that was the only, when you search art, that's what pops up.
That's
Or when
the
you
guy who
search,
pops up.
exactly, when you search people making it in art, that's who pops up. So that's the only, I didn't know who else to look out for. So yeah, I used to paint a lot of kids, but I don't think I was into it. It didn't make sense. And then naturally, it really was like me painting my friends or my mom or the people around me who happened to actually just be women. And then understanding what that meant for other women, I think that's how I fell into this is needed. My work is meant to be pretty and it is meant to be on a wall in someone's home. I also never imagined my work in a gallery. It's never been in my, so it is meant to be pretty and women are pretty. I think that's always been my thing in my head, that we are so beautiful and it's so nice to paint us because our faces also carry so much.
That's true.
And men, I don't know. I've never needed to. I also don't know men like that. I don't know what to say to you guys.
I understand.
But yeah.
That's why the focus was on, well, it just gradually moved towards that.
I understood the impact that it had on other women. And I think it made it even easier to create work around women and for women. And it just,
I get you.
Yeah.
This might be a difficult question for you, maybe because you haven't thought about it, but I'll still ask it anyway, right?
Okay.
If we were to take your work, right, and compress it into a book, right, what story do you want people to understand about the Black woman? Like, through the art that you create. They're all different stories, but under one movie, if I can say that. Right?
I like the movie one.
What story do you want people to understand, or are you trying to tell through your art about Black women and their day-to-day experiences?
And I know why I immediately thought it would be Insecure.
Ooh,
because I love the
interesting.
series, I love the
get you.
show.
I
I
get you.
love how it's feel good TV. Like it feels it's a nice thing to watch, but it actually tackles a lot of things. Like we get to see the woman in many layers. We get to see her become someone we actually don't like, but we like. She's doing very shady stuff, but we still like rooting. You know, we still supporting her. She's the main character, but we also get to learn and understand that she will not be perfect. And there's a lot more to a woman. I think that's the story, to kind of say that we are all so different. That's very important, because people have this thing of just creating one image for a Black woman.
Of course.
We are all very different. And I know that from my own experience with my friends. And I feel I'm always just quirky and weird. And I don't know how to fit into this thing that I'm meant to be. So I feel like it's needed that you understand that we're all not the same.
I get that.
And to understand why we're all not the same, our different stories, how we're all going through so much, but it can be two different things. One can be going through something really big and this one small, but they're both big in their own way because they make me who I am. I think the book is to... Okay, I'm trying to stick to the book narrative.
Yeah, I'm just... the movie.
The movie,
the
book.
Series analogy with Insecure. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, like, if this is your focus, right, women, what would be if we were to compress all of them into
it would
like
really
a book,
be
right?
Insecure. Yeah.
I hear that. I was reading up randomly on, this is a random fact about Black women having a gene called the Eve gene, right?
Okay.
So the Eve gene is that every race can come, or every race comes from the Black woman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just found that super interesting.
I love that.
I was like,
what do you understand from that?
That the Black woman is the original woman.
Okay.
And that every race comes from her.
Okay.
Right. I'm also a nerd. Like I spend
I know
thousands of hours watching the most random things about human history and life and
I noticed that. Yeah. I must say, I also really love white women. I've never said this out loud.
Wow.
But I need to, I do. There's nothing wrong with it.
I hear you.
I needed to say that now because I'm a bit uncomfortable with that thing that you just said, to say everything comes from the Black.
It's a scientific fact.
Okay.
If the world started in Africa.
Yeah.
And the reason, you guys will do your own research, right? But when the world was one continent, humanity started in Africa. And then people started moving further away, right? And then what happened was the land broke apart, right? And then because there was a different climate in another part of the world.
Oh, I've heard this.
That's how we got all the different races.
I see.
That's all I'm saying. This is like scientific fact that anyone can go into.
I like that fact. I can live with it.
That's what I mean in the comments. You're lying, dog.
I can live with that fact. But I did want to say that I think my curiosity around everything, I don't think it really has to do specifically with Black women. It has to do with people. I do enjoy studying or learning about people. I've enjoyed lately, because I'm also surrounded by a lot of white women, I've enjoyed just seeing, even the suspicious, like the shady ones, it's been interesting to just see that there's a lot more to this. Like, you see a Karen, but there's a lot, I don't know if we're allowed to speak about this.
Oh yeah, you definitely can, yeah. No one's gonna.
Even with a Karen, like, there's a reason why you're this person. There's so much that feeds into this. So
that's true.
Being able to visually explain someone's story so you actually carry the person with more empathy, I think that's what I try to do. And I can only do that for Black women because I experienced it with family. I think that's why it's more about Black women than it is about anyone else. But I do like the idea of being able to deconstruct the person and explain exactly why you have this person right here. This is because of this, this, and that, and maybe you'll understand him better or her. Yeah.
I hear that completely. I want to dive into the different art forms that you do, right? Painting, sculpting,
Yeah.
or sculpturing,
Sculpting.
sculpting,
Yeah.
photography.
Yeah.
That one is like you're not too sure about it.
Yeah.
What other medium am I missing?
What other medium? Oh, candle making. This is a very new thing.
Candle
Yes.
making. How do you how do you practice these different art forms? Because it's easier say you were just a painter. Then I'd know that okay, you spend your days just painting. But like you have so many different mediums. So how do you get better at all of these different things?
How do I get better? I think it all starts with really wanting to learn how to do something. I always want, when I see things, which is a really bad thing because it makes it difficult for me to support other people. Like if I see this brand, I'm like, I can probably
can do that.
Yeah,
I can do
and then
that.
I'll go start my own brand.
I get you.
And then that's literally it. Everything is always like, wow, this is so nice. I'm gonna go home and try to do that. And that's all I always ever do is I find people doing really incredible things and I fall so in love with them. I'm like, I want to do that, which is great because I know how to do a lot of things. And then I go and I do stuff and some things just stick because I actually really enjoyed this, painting being one of them, or digital art, illustrating.
Yes, illustration. Yeah, that's also another medium, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's, I think those two are my main things because I've learned how to not master it, but I practice it a lot. And then there's the sculpting, which is like, I really would like to create stuff. I like creating, I love using my hands a lot.
Okay.
So I like creating things and being able to show and tell. I think I was a people pleaser as a kid. Like, there we go, I did this. So I like being able to create something and be like, I did that. But also finding a way to make it something or make it mean something. Not like, honestly though, let's not make it make something, that isn't it. Finding ways to make that mean something, honestly. Like with the candle making, I think I started that because I like candles. I've always liked candles, but they were always expensive. And then I stumbled upon a candle making store.
Okay.
And I was like, these things are so cheap.
Let me do it myself.
So I'm like, exactly. Why are we paying so much for candles when I could just make it and it's still going to be something that I need it to be, which is to light it to create harmony in my space or for it to mean what it needs to mean for me. And then that became a thing. And now I create candles for friends and family.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then the sculpting, I don't know if that's going to be, that one isn't really sticking because it just takes too long.
Yeah.
And
is it the priciest art form?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I don't. I would, for my experience, the priciest is painting. It's a lot of, yeah. Are you saying priciest cost-wise?
Yeah, cost-wise for you, the creator.
Yeah, I would say it's more the painting. And then, things, it either sticks or doesn't, but I never limit myself to just doing one thing. And I think that's why maybe also sometimes being in this space can be a bit, it boxes, I feel boxed most times.
Damn.
Like I need you people to know that I can, tomorrow I can wake up and I'm a singer. Not that I can
feel
sing,
you, I feel you.
There are a lot of things that I'm actively trying to isolate myself from these rules that we have to follow them to make it into that, or it doesn't sit well with me.
Interesting. I've talked to I even have friends who make different forms of art, right? And I'm always so interested in what do you as the artist uncover as you're uncovering things about the world through your art? What do you learn about yourself that was maybe hidden or not at the surface? Because I feel like the deeper you dig into your art, the more is revealed on who you are and your perspective on the world.
I think through my art, I uncovered that I do not like to follow rules. I do not like being told that I needed to go to art school or not. I don't like the idea of being boxed. I'm realizing now that I like the idea of creating your own blueprint. Like that is what I want my art to be. I don't want it to be so every time someone asks what kind of art to do, I can't even explain it. I don't know what art I'm just creating. You can take it and do what you want with it. But I want to just
create freely.
Yeah. What am I uncovering about myself more?
What is something that you've like learned about yourself? You are like, oh, I didn't know that, I don't know, that I really love the color black. Or
like that as well.
Things that you're like, oh, snap, I really like big eyes. Or like, are there things that have come to the surface the more you've worked on art about your personal self?
I think I've just learned that, what else have I learned? I've learned that I enjoy, I should not say this, but I think I enjoy things that are fast. Like I don't like spending too much time in a painting. Let's not spend a week painting something. Then it's no longer a thing. Like if I'm feeling something now, or I'm feeling like creating something now, let's do it now and let's move on to the next thing. So I did learn. So I think I've learned that it's either I'm impatient or I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Or it could be that, some people might even say maybe I'm not a real artist, because surely real artists should be. So I'm learning, I'm trying to understand what that is. And I've recently I worked on this huge painting. I was like, this is really gonna force me to spend days on one thing. I finished that thing in 2 days because I was like,
you're like, yo, I need to get this done and move on to the next.
Exactly, and I couldn't come back to it. I couldn't even though I knew I could still do this and that, I was like, I'm spending too much time on one thing.
Interesting. You said something that piqued my attention, right? You used the words real artist, right? And art is such an elitist space, right? It's like, oh, you can't come in here because you didn't go to this school and study this. How have you dealt with the elitist perspectives in art? Like, because I'm assuming that a lot of your peers would say something like, you're not a real artist. You learned this, like, whatever. Like, you didn't go to school for this. I spent X amount of years learning about the history of art. And how do you deal with, as someone who doesn't care for rules?
Firstly, I actively try to not find myself in spaces with real artists. I don't engage in it a lot. I'm intentional about it, but I also think that I'm not confident enough in my own art and my purpose of it to be vulnerable like that in a space that could break me or not. So I don't. But I'm also understanding that the work I create, I never imagined it to be in a gallery. I never imagined it to follow that path. I don't know exactly what it is going to be, but I know that it's not the path that has been set out. So I do not desire to be a real artist in that case then.
Interesting.
I do have plans and goals for my work. I do know where I would like it to be, but I can't search it and be like, who's done this? Because it's not... I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's a stupid thing, but I would like to see it. I'd like to try it. So I would hate for someone else to tell me I can't. So let's just not create room for someone to do that.
I hear that.
I think that's how I've been.
Yeah, because art is very elitist, huh?
It is.
But for me, I wrestle with it because I'm about the people and open sourcing things so everyone can consume. But then also I believe in rare things. Like I also love like Nelson Makamo painting because it's the only one.
I can tell you that one thing about me, the artist that I am, my purpose in this space, my purpose is to be accessible to those who wouldn't necessarily be accessible to
The
real,
galleries.
the galleries, the people doing, like there's a lot of people, when I go back home, a lot of people don't know a lot of people who are doing really great things, like real artists. But I'm an artist on social media doing it in a fun way. And I'm here to show you guys that you can do it. And then you'll get here and then you'll fly. But I've played my part to show you a bit of the world, which a lot of artists don't. We don't really see what happens.
We don't see the process.
We don't. So a lot of people don't even know that they want to be artists when they grow up because it's not seen. So I am grateful to be able to show a bit of
people,
that. So be used as a tool to do that. I think I understand that part.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. As an artist who touches various disciplines or mediums, who are some of the artists that inspire you? Are you even inspired by artists? Because you sound like a very non-traditional person who's
I am inspired by artists.
Something completely different than...
I hope I don't sound like that. I don't want to sound like someone who's trying to
I just think you're
not
different.
be. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I just think you're different.
Yeah. I am inspired by artists. I'm inspired by... Who inspires me right now? I do get inspired here and there. Okay. I love Mary Simande.
Dope.
And I love her. I love her because she was in our art book, like in high school.
Didn't you paint her in the 31?
No, I didn't.
No? Okay.
No. I like her mainly because she was in my art book in grade 12, grade 11. So it was like the whole term we're learning about all these artists, Mary Simande. So that's always been, I've always like loved following her journey because wow. That's
dope,
I think that's who I would wanna be, someone else to say that, oh, this is possible. You could be that. Because I think she also,
unconventional pathway, which is definitely something you've taken.
Yeah.
Right? I hear that. Talk to me about your project, 31 Faces and 31 Voices.
Yeah.
Like, conceptualizing that, what is that about? Like, how long did that take? Was that also in like a week or something?
It was a whole month.
Okay, so each day?
Each day, for 31 days. Yeah, it was 31 faces. And this was actually a friend, my partner. I never speak of my partner like that, but let's say my
Hilarious.
partner. My partner is the one who was like, you should like challenge yourself to create every day. Because I get bored. I think I do. Like I'll start something and then I don't see it to the end and then I get depressed about not seeing it to the end. So this is like start something that you're gonna have to commit to. And then I spoke about it more often and it was like, okay, this is a real thing because also I get a lot of DMs from a lot of women saying, oh, this person's story, I also went through this. So crazy stuff. And you're like, a lot of people were going through so much, like so much that we don't speak about or we don't have the platform to speak about it. And I clearly have this platform. I don't have half as impactful stories as all these women, so my story can only be told till a certain point. So the 31 Faces was meant to be a platform for women to tell their stories. And it needed to also speak to the purpose of my art, which is to speak about our strength, but not in the way that you think of Black strong women, in a way to say that my strength comes from this. So I've had to go through this, and I've had to be broken, and I've had to come out as this person. So the question was, what have you struggled with, or what struggle have you had, and how has it made you the woman that you are? That was the question to the woman. And then I got so many submissions. And it was always like it was different stuff. And it was also interesting to see what people think they're struggling with, which might not be a struggle
to someone else.
So that was nice as well, to be like, oh, this person actually thought this is a struggle. And it really is to the person, but it isn't to, it was just playing on, I don't know how to close it off here to make it a real, to make it one message, but it's meant to just show you real life as it is, and to help us be kind to each other as women as well, because we struggle with that, woman to woman. Like, we struggle to make space for each other.
That's true.
I don't understand it.
That's true.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that. I'm not going to say that. Thank you.
I really don't understand it. And every time I'm like in a place and I'm like,
why?
I'm so in love with you. I don't know why you're being this person. But you also understand that we don't feel safe with each other immediately. I mean, once we open up, that's when we connect deeply also. I think it was just to tackle those small little things, to be like, guys, relax. We're all going through all these things together.
We're all going through a lot.
We are. And we're all so strong. We're all like, we're so strong for just going through this. And I need you to understand that this thing meant this to me. And this is why I have become the person that I am. And then through the series, I would collaborate with the person for it to also just live in their community. So everyone in their community understands that this person, maybe the reason we haven't seen her in a year is because she's actually been going through this or whatever. And then, it's turned into an exhibition sort of thing. So it's something that I'm also trying to push, to put these stories in different places. But you've also had people come back from one specific story to tell. It's just been a very beautiful thing to see unpack.
I get you.
And it's been for women and about women.
I love that.
Yeah, it really has.
How did you pick the women that you would create the art around?
It was very random.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very random. I think I still have a few women I'm just taking a break from it to understand what we're going to do with it, because I really want it to be a bigger thing. But it was very random. I think I was trying to spread the different stories, let it not all sound the same, because sometimes we all do go through similar things. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I want to tap into practical advice, right?
Okay.
Because let's say that there's a young girl out there who didn't go to art school, but she has this gift, whether it's drawing, painting, photography, sculpting. Yeah. But she wants to monetize these artworks that she's making. How would this person go about that? Do they start a website like you? Do they start an Instagram and post their work consistently? Like, how do you sell your art if you're not in the gallery system, right? Because to get into the gallery system is another whole situation, right? But like, as a freelance artist, I'll place it like that.
Yeah.
How should they go about doing that?
I think I like business. I think you should probably like the idea of turning anything into something.
Yeah, commercializing it.
Yeah. How do I answer this? I know how to answer it. I think, firstly, you need to see your art as something that someone would have to buy, would want to buy.
So see value in it.
Yes, see value in your work. And it might be easier to convince someone that they need it. And I think that's what I did with my work. I think I actually treat my art as my business. Although I am still very passionate about it, I understand the value that it plays outside, but also in my life. It does pay my bills.
Of course.
I do treat it as a business. I would probably tell the young women to see the work as a business. I think, learn the craft, master it, create value around your work for it to actually sell. I don't think just showing it and selling it would make any sense. Yeah.
So find the value in it, or create the value in it, and then would you advise them to start talking to people in their community, like showing? Because I'm just trying to get practical. Because
yeah,
I always
got
feel
you.
like we speak about these ideas,
And then
tra la
no one
la,
can,
but it's
I
like a
got
kid
you.
is watching this and they're like, okay,
But you didn't say anything.
yeah, you didn't say anything to me. Like, so
I
how
got
do I take this painting? Do I go
What
to
do I
my
do?
neighbors?
I got you.
Do I start an
Okay.
Instagram? Do
Yeah.
I start a website?
Okay.
Like,
I would say, based on my experience, my family and friends were my biggest supporters.
okay.
The first person who bought my painting was a family friend who commissioned a piece. So it's actually just showing it. Family and friends were my big people.
Okay.
My mom would share my paintings all the time.
Okay.
But also because I started creating on social media, it was also like it went beyond what it had to go. Yeah, a lot of people learned of my work on social media.
Yeah, through social media.
So
of
that's
course.
also first, show your work to people. If you do have that platform being social media, use it. If you have family, friends, create your own exhibition at home. Or just share, like share your work. Let's see what you're doing. I feel like people will want to support you. I don't even think it's a whole step by step. It's like show what you love, and people do want to support you. People want to see you grow. But from there, depending on where you build traction, I first started, I think, on my art page, one post blew up or something, and then it
went viral.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, viral.
Almost.
Art viral.
Yeah, art viral,
Yeah.
which is that it went art viral, and then it caught on in the US. Then those people were trying to buy my art. I'm like, I don't know how to get my art there. But that was like, I literally had to figure out how PayPal works. So it's also just like learn, like be ready to also learn. It depends who's gonna gravitate towards it. So I had to learn how PayPal works, how Shopify works, because I need a website or I need somewhere to place these things.
Yes.
And they need to be able to buy. Then from there, it was like, how do I ship the thing? I remember my first purchase from that side. I thought, I don't know how much I charged, but let's say 1,000. I thought 1,000 was good enough. And then I went to Postnet and they were like, you need to pay 3,000 to ship it. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean, my dog?
To just take this thing to there.
Yeah.
So small things like that were also like, it was difficult learning, but now I know that this thing is so, it is. You need to learn the space you're trying to be in. But also allow the universe to just take you through it, because that's where I got placed. I don't know how to sell to, I'm only learning now how to sell to South Africans as well. I never, I just never spent time selling to around here or getting my work in different places here.
I think a lot of young artists would definitely want their art to be sold.
But that doesn't make sense when it's like art like mine that's meant to speak to women women who are here. My story is about Black women and Black women in South Africa. It's meant to live, to teach us here. It's meant to make an impact here.
I hear that.
So I'm glad it's there, but it's not really serving its purpose as well.
I always think about art versus commercialization, right? Like, yes, you are telling stories for us. But commercially, if you want to make the most money,
it needs to be, yeah.
It is what it is.
It is.
It is what it is.
It would be, the ideal world would be to have both markets. And we'll get there.
We'll get there. You'll get there. AI. Is AI something that... I knew
you were going to ask about AI.
I
was like, I hope...
I literally ask every single creative person, because creatives exist in this world of, I'm a purist and blah, 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 and I have to paint with these specific paintings, or I have to use a camera, but it's like, bro, that's not how the world works, right? And like something like AI is so disruptive that every single occupation is going to be affected by it. So we have to have the conversations before it's like, oh, now we all don't have jobs and the robots do everything.
And we didn't prepare. Yeah.
It's crazy. What's your perspective? What are you thinking?
I don't mind AI. I do get a bit irritated when I see that this is clearly AI, because I also see a lot of artists, and I say I see because I've also tried it. When I don't have a subject, then I'll create a subject from AI. But now it's become, because I know it, I'm like, I can see an artwork that it doesn't feel real. It feels like this is from an AI image. but that's a side thing.
Yeah.
What do I think about AI? I don't think I have a problem with AI. It's worked. I've seen how it works for me in my business. From I told you I'm not good with words, for example. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
can
how
just
to. It just
prompt
it packages my ideas very well. I think I have a lot of ideas and I have a lot of, but I struggle with the admin of it or the just structuring things. So small, it is a tool, and I think we all need to get to a place where we use it. But we use it to better ourselves or better our businesses or systems, or that's what I think about AI.
Do you think it's going to kill art?
I don't think it's going to kill art. I don't think so.
Do you think humans will always want art from humans?
I do think so. I think less humans will always want art from. I'm seeing it with, say, event posters. A lot of people are doing using AI, but you can feel it. Like if you know, you know. I think it's going to be that whole thing. It's art. It really is going to start being a rare thing. If you know, you know, and then only the people that know that this is real art will be here. But I don't know if I think it won't be. A lot of people don't actually care about art as long as you created something that's pretty and it does what it needs to do. So it is going to catch on to a lot of people. Like it replacing artists, it will. It's replacing them already, or designers or illustrators.
Yeah.
Someone did a whole children's book from AI.
Yeah, literally.
And I was mad because I'm learning how to illustrate children's books, and it's like, what's the point? Because I don't know. It is going to replace artists and designers, but I don't think entirely. I think it will still be a craft that is valued and appreciated by a selective few.
I feel you.
That's
I
what
feel
I
you. How do you deal with self-doubt, right? So many creative people, all creative people actually, whether you're making t-shirts or you're taking pictures or you're painting paintings. We all deal with self-doubt and being like, nah, this isn't good enough. Even if all your friends tell you, yo, this is an amazing, you might just be like, I didn't draw the eyes properly, or the forehead is too big, or whatever. How do you deal with those moments?
Yeah. Do I deal?
Or do you just suppress them and be like, yo,
It's
we'll figure it out?
how do I deal? I think I'm in a very healthy place with my work, which wasn't the case a few years ago or a year ago, where I'm understanding. Now in my late 20s.
I love that.
But I almost said early 20s because I just turned 26. But I'm in my 20s, and I'm often told that this is the time for learning. It's like the time to make mistakes. It's the time to just figure yourself out. And before I was like, no, what do you mean? I need to figure things out.
I need to know everything right now.
Yes, I need to get this sorted because at 30 I need to have this and that, and I've gotten to a place where I understand that this is a long life, and I really just need to relax. Like, I'm gonna create stuff and people will not like it, and that's fine. I won't like it, and that's fine. But I need to do it to know that I don't. I need to fail. Yeah. I've heard that so much. It just makes me cringe,
true.
but it's so
It's
true.
so true.
It is. I do need to fail to see myself on the other side. So I deal with doubt by living in it. So I live in it. If the eyes are too big, if we can't fix them, this is it.
That's it.
Yes, it's gonna kill me showing this, but
It's a happy accident.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. Also, I've been living and seeing what happens, just doing stuff, let's just see what happens. And it's been so nice to see things turn into a lot of things have happened out of not having control and just letting things play out. If I'm gonna sculpt, I don't know where it's gonna end up. I would ideally like it to be in a gallery because that's the initial reason for the sculpting thing. But maybe not. Maybe I'll be selling these as vases.
That's
and
true.
It's just, I don't know. It's just, I like the many opportunities that come from not having control and not wanting things to play out a specific way. which I had initially struggled with. So it's been,
letting go of control, right? The most difficult thing. But it's like, once you realize that you're actually not in control.
You're not. You really
find peace.
aren't. Yeah, play your part and let the universe do the rest.
Do the rest.
And it makes life a lot easier, I think.
I hear that.
Yeah.
You spoke about making candles, right? That's your new medium.
Yeah.
Now, as someone who doesn't like being put into a box, what are future mediums that you want to tap into? Things that you haven't started doing, practicing, but like what are different mediums? Because like candle maker, I would have never thought that. Like, so what are the other mediums you'd like
the
to
next
tap into?
thing, and I actually finished the application like last week, is to apply to teach. I think I love kids so much. And it's like, it's that thing where I'm like, I need to do, like when I see friends and stuff who are teachers, I often envy them because it feels like something that I knew I want to do, but I never really went for it for whatever reason. And now I'm like, I need to just do it and know for sure that I don't like this thing, or I actually was probably meant to be in that space. I think that's my next thing.
That's your next thing. I love that. I love that.
It's not a medium. I mean,
it is.
Medium. Yeah,
it
is. It is.
Life is art, right?
It is.
Depending on how you look at it.
I also really like the idea that you're not stuck.
Yeah.
Because that's also been something where I'm like, shit, this decision is a decision I need to stay. Things can change any day.
That's true.
And I think it dawned on me this past week, and I've been loving, like, it's like, life doesn't have to look like this tomorrow.
That's true.
So you literally can change.
It's always evolving.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, whenever.
I love that.
It's easier without kids, but you can do whatever you want.
That is true, right? That is so true. As we're winding down the conversation, right? What's Naledi's last piece of advice to the dreamers out there? The people who maybe want to make art but didn't go to art school, or people who are inspired by your story and want to step out into the world and make a name for themselves. What's your last piece of advice to them?
I think don't box yourself. Don't also find these people that you idolize. That it's difficult to dream bigger. You can become so big, but because you've limited yourself to this person, and I try my best to not do that.
Interesting.
Just don't. I think
you don't have idols.
I do, but I'm very like, someone was. I love Lulama Wolf, for example.
Dope.
But I'm very. I try to not follow her content because I understand what it does to me. Like it makes me want to be something, and I don't give room to be me. Like I don't give room to just see how me plays out. So I do think, I don't know how to put that in one piece of advice, but just allow yourself to just be. Like don't box yourself. Just do your thing.
And don't put people on pedestals, right?
Yeah.
I hear that.
I would say that to the dreamers. It's so crazy what you could be tomorrow.
If your ceiling is the sky, right?
Exactly. There's no limit. And it can also be discouraging to idolize people because you realize that, that's as high as I can go since she went that high. I would say that. I would. And it's also just great to create your own path because we need a lot more paths for people to follow. Yeah. So we can't all be using the one. And it gets overused when we're all using it. So let's just create different ones for different people.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Can I interview you now?
Yeah, sure.
What do you do for a living?
So I own a media publication. We used to have a magazine, shoot documentaries. That's really...
You did say you archive like
archive a lot of people's stories. That's really who I am. I'm a documentarian at heart. I always love other people's stories rather than mine.
Same.
Yeah. I'm more about...
Yeah, I would have wanted to be sitting on your seat today.
Interesting. Do you think this could be a new medium for you?
I hope so.
Conversation?
Maybe podcasting,
Conversation.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Maybe.
I hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a habit to ask people questions. Now you're asking me again.
Yeah,
but I'm
I'm-
interviewing
I'm-
you. Okay, if you
I'm
had
used to it.
one last word to tell people, what would it be? The dreamers, to the dreamers.
My last piece of advice to the dreamers. It might be a bit controversial, but I'm going to say it, right?
Okay.
My advice is don't do it at all. Don't follow your dreams, walk in a linear path, right?
Okay.
That's my first piece of advice,
Okay.
right? That's going to now discredit or remove 80% of people who are bullshitting, who are like, yo, I have this dream, I want to go do it, blah, blah, blah. So don't do it. Get a job, bro. Just, you don't have the heart to do it,
Okay, I
right?
got you.
And now that the 80% is done, the
Now we have the real
20%,
ones.
right? The people who will listen to my first piece of advice about don't do it, who'll be like, dog, I don't care what you have to say, right? Those are
doing
the
this.
real dreamers.
I love that so much.
Now, those guys,
That's who
be
we-
prepared for your heart to be broken. And if you can keep surviving the lows and the highs, you'll be good, bro. Take it one step at a time, and yeah,
That's so nice.
that's it. But the 80%, forget about it. You guys are wasting our time.
They're out.
Yeah, go get a job, bro. Go be an accountant or marketing or whatever. Like,
Don't say
and-
marketing.
Oh, my bad. I'm just saying, like,
But I got
go and take the linear path, bro. Because the great thing about life is that it has its own filter system, right? So we all have like dreams, right? But life is difficult.
Do you think
right?
the filter systems are a bit like watered down now? Because we're all trying to be everything.
I think it's easier to. There's more information about the different paths that you can take, right? But life, you can't skip the filtration system, right? The receiving no after no after no, like that's built into life.
It is part of the-
It's part of the thing, right? So life will filter out the 80%.
Whether you like it or
Whether
not.
you like
it
it or
just
not.
takes longer now.
Yeah, it just takes way longer. But
True.
yeah, that's my advice. The 80%,
that's
forget
cool.
about it. The rest of you guys, make sure that your heart is strong enough to deal with the highs and the lows. Not just the lows, even the highs.
That's nice.
Because the highs are intoxicating. And then you're like, I'm on top of the world, I'm the greatest artist. And then next week, like, no one cares about your art.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's nice.
yeah.
That's cool.
Anything else?
No.
We'll discuss offline.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with another episode of Dead Radio from your boy Ini.